So can you see the slides, students? Can anyone tell me yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Now, students, we will understand in this particular unit hiring internally. That means the meaning, definition of internal recruitment. Then we will understand the advantages and disadvantages in terms of cost, in terms of time, quality, and suitability. Then we will try to understand the sources of internal recruitment. That is, the various sources are there. I will try to explain as simple as possible. Please concentrate, students. Then we'll majorly understand in this particular unit the policy guidelines and union settlements. Now, firstly, students, we will understand the meaning of internal hiring or hiring internally. See, as you can see over there, internal recruitment provides opportunities for better deployment and utilization of existing human resources. So what do you mean by hiring internally? As the name only suggests, internal means what? Within the organization. So filling vacancies in the organization from within the existing pool of candidates, very important. The employees are already existing. So I fill my vacancies within from within the existing pool of candidates. If I want to still elaborate on hiring internally, see, many organizations have recognized that careful management of their existing employee base may be a very cost effective way to fill the upper level managerial and professional vacancies. So internal recruitment is defined as the practice of filling vacancies in the organization from within the existing pool of candidates. In other words, existing employees are either encouraged, please understand that. Why I should go for internal hiring? Because existing employees are either encouraged to apply or are selected for a vacancy that has arisen for whatever reason, or internal sources of recruitment are readily available to an organization. It includes those who are already on the payroll of the organization and those who served the organization in the past and would like to return if the organization likes to re-employ. Correct, students? For internal recruitment to work, organization needs to be proactive and incorporate strategic planning into their human resource practices. So organizations need to track the knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics needed for the various jobs within the organization. So employees who possess those needed skills, whether they are administrative, managerial, or technological, should be identified. So human resource management departments and the department managers should work together and make workforce projections based on the present level of employee skills. Correct? So according to, they should review the transfers, the retirements, the promotions, and the termination patterns also. They should do a succession planning whereby individuals are identified who might fill the positions when an incumbent leaves the organization. So this requires keeping track of and updating the records of each employees and their knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics and the demands required for each position. So internal recruitment, what do you understand the broad meaning, or hiring internally or internal recruitment? See, internal recruitment or hiring internally means that a job vacancy is filled from within the organization. That is, that will be filled with an existing employee rather than getting a new or a fresh blood or going for employing externally. Okay, so that is the meaning of hiring internally. Please understand the meaning. Now, students, when I go when I go for hiring internally, that means hiring within the organization, hiring the employees who are already there in the organization. There are some advantages and disadvantages involved, right? So these are the various attributes where I'll be discussing the advantages and disadvantages in detail. Okay, please concentrate, students. You have to remember the cost, time, quality, and the suitability. So when it comes to cost, the cost of recruiting internal employee is minimal because he is within the organization, right? So you know, as a HR manager, you know his performance from past couple of years. You are observing his performance in the work. So the cost of recruiting internal employee will be minimal. The enterprise, the organization need not incur any expenditure on informing and inducing its employee to apply. So internal recruiting has a lower cost to the company than looking outside the company. So to advertise a job to the existing staff, the human resource department only needs what they'll be doing. They'll be posting the job on a company bulletin board and circulate the opening on the company intranet. Please understand that intranet. I am using the word called as intranet. Intranet means what? The net, the connectivity within the organization. See, each employee will be having his own email ID attached to the organization, right? See, there are three types of connectivity: intranet, extranet, and internet. Internet, the moment I say internet, that is www, that is World Wide Web. Intranet means what? See, as and when there is a vacancy which has been created in a particular department, the HR will be sending the mails or the messages to all the employees of the organization through intranet connectivity. That means a network within the organization. See, recruiting external candidates requires the cost of advertising in external media, such as newspaper, or it can be magazine, or it can be website. So there is also the cost of human resource professionals' time to screen the candidates and the department manager's time to the initial interviews. See, if you are hiring someone from outside, then the HR managers should do a proper screening process before taking him inside the organization, right? So that is not required here, students, because you are hiring an internal candidate. Okay, so the cost involved is minimal. And then the second attribute, I'll be explaining the second attribute or the second advantage of what? Of hiring internally. See, when qualified candidates exist internally, recruiting candidates internally can decrease the time, correct? It takes to fill a position. This is particularly useful in a tight job market when the number of external candidates applying for a given job opening can become huge number. In such cases, if you want immediately, if you want to fill the position immediately, among what I do is I shortlist the qualified internal candidates, and then I'll do a interview and close the vacancy immediately. So what I'm doing exactly, I'm saving the time here, right? So the cost is minimal and the time will be saved. Then how about the third attribute, students? The third advantage of hiring internally, the quality is concerned. The quality of candidates is good, as the organization and its employees are familiar to each other. The organization knows the ability and skills of the likely candidates since they are insiders. So internal candidates are already familiar with the company's culture, policies, and procedures. Correct? So the quality, you will be knowing the quality of a guy or a girl who is already working in the organization. The performance is concerned. The knowledge, skill, abilities are concerned. So you as a HR manager will be knowing who is doing good in the organization, right? Then finally, the last advantage of hiring internally could be the suitability. See, the organization can pick the right candidates having the requisite skills. The candidates can choose a right vacancy where their talents can be fully utilized. Correct? So these are some of the advantages of hiring internally. In the similar way, students, as I mentioned in Unit 1 also, each method has got its own pros and cons. In the similar way, internal hiring or hiring internally or internal recruitment also has some of the disadvantages also in terms of cost, time, quality, and suitability. See, cost is concerned, students, how it is a disadvantage when it comes to hiring internally. See, sometimes internal recruitment can be more costly than the external recruitment because the methods involved in internal recruitment can be quite expensive. How? See, when internal candidates are considered for the job but not hired, so they need to be counseled on what to do further develop their careers to become competitive for the position for the next time it is vacant, right? So you need to do a proper training. So the cost involved would be obviously high, and the time is concerned. So it can be a time. A major disadvantage again would be is that the time. Why? Because internal recruitment not only fills vacancies but also creates them. Correct? See, whenever you are doing an internal promotion, that means that particular employee who is already working in a department, so he'll be moved to the other department, right? But he will be creating that vacant position there, so that has to be filled again, right? So this is one of the major disadvantage of internal recruitment, is that internal recruitment not only fills vacancies but also it also creates them. So each time a vacancy is filled with an internal candidate, a new vacancy is created in the spot vacated by the internal candidate. So as a result of this difference, what happens? It is incumbent on the organization to do a proper HR planning along with internal recruitment. So this planning involves elements of succession planning, and it is very, very time consuming. Okay. Then the third attribute, students, that is quality is concerned. See, internal recruitment restricts the options and freedom for the enterprise in choosing the most suitable candidates for the vacancies. It has a narrow base. That means quality. You see, the external candidate can be more knowledgeable, can be having more skill, ability, good attitude, but you are blocking him, right? Because you are only focusing on internal employees. Correct? So this can be one of the, again, a small disadvantage when it comes to internal hiring. See, internal recruitment restricts the options and freedom for the enterprise in choosing the most suitable candidates for the vacancies. It has a narrow base. The enterprise may have to compromise on quality of its choice of candidates. Then the last attribute wherein I can be elaborating on the disadvantage of hiring internally could be suitability. If only an internal recruitment search is conducted, the person hired may not be as qualified as someone from the external market, right? Because you are focusing only on the internal employees. So both, when it comes to recruitment is concerned, as I mentioned to all of you earlier, it will be having its own pros and cons, but depending on the scenario, depending on the particular scenario, the HR managers will be taking a call whether to go for internal or whether to go for external hiring. So till here everyone has understood, students? Kindly say yes sir or no sir, or if you have got any doubts here, please ask me. Shall I go ahead, students? Anisa Patan, is it audible? Ayushi, shall I go ahead, or any doubts you have? Daya Motor?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubts you have, ma, Daya?
No, sir.
Okay. Where is Ayushi? Ayushi? Good afternoon, Anisa
Yes,
Patan.
sir.
Anisa, you have slept?
Yes, sir, audible.
Audible. Okay. So any doubts you have, Anisa?
No, sir, no.
So what I was discussing, Anisa, can you just tell me in 5 seconds? Anisa? Okay. Sakshi Kameri, what I was discussing? What was the topic of discussion today? Sakshi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what was the topic of discussion today?
Sir, first we discussed the internal recruitment
Huh.
and merits and demerits, that is cost, time, quality, and suitability.
Okay. Sandra, good afternoon. Some students are keeping it on their log. Yeah, good afternoon. Okay. I think some problem with the audio. Okay. So after every 10 minutes, I'll be asking you what I have discussed. So please pay attention, students. If you just understand the concepts, it will be very easy for you when you study it. Okay. Please pay attention. Simply don't attend for the sake of attendance. You need to understand the concepts. Today we are understanding the concepts of hiring internally. Okay. Okay. Now let me go to the slide. Now, after understanding the pros and cons of internal hiring, now we'll understand the sources of internal recruitment. So the first one is circulars, through internal circulars. Then very popular employee referrals. I'll be explaining each one in detail now. The third one is promotion. The fourth one is intranet advertisements. The fifth source is appointment and transfer, and finally job posting. Now let me take and explain you the first sources of internal recruitment. Those are called circulars. Now vacancies, I'm explaining you circulars. I'm discussing on the topic sources of internal recruitment. Now circulars, vacancies can be filled internally by the use of internal circulars. See, internal circulars are confined to the employees working in particular department or open to all the employees of the unit as per the conditions of eligibility. Internal circular is issued in such cases where the designation or post is not identical or the job content of the post is materially different. The vacancies are circulated at the first instance within the departments or group of departments. Correct? Then the second thing is what they'll be if the required number of suitable men or women are not found within the department, the vacancies are then circulated within the division as the case may be. First thing is what within the department they'll be circulating that there is a vacancy, then within a particular division. Then after that, again, if the requirement is not fulfilled, then the vacancies are circulated in the entire organization. So employees who have put in a minimum period of 1 year service in the next lower grade are eligible to apply against internal circular. So however, where the requirement of personnel is urgent, so simultaneous action for the recruitment through internal circulars and outside sources are taken, and immediately that particular position will be filled. Clear, students? Then we have the second one, that is employee referrals, which is very, very popular. See, employee referrals means what? Using of personal contacts to fill a job opportunity is known as employee referrals. See, it is a reference from an existing employee. Please understand, it is a reference from an existing employee regarding a candidate. It can be a friend or a close relative. So it is, I'm just referring, I'm not doing an interview. Please understand, I'm just referring a guy or a girl okay, whom I know. So I am not involved in interviews. So it is considered to be it takes one to know one approach. A major problem, students, with this method is that it encourages favoritism. That is, candidates of one's community or caste is selected, right? Who may or who may not be suitable for the job. Because I am an existing employee of an organization, I refer my own relative, right? And the person who might be taking the interview also, I'll be telling him that he's my relative, so kindly take him. So favoritism can happen here. But in some cases, the interviews will be happening in a genuine way. Okay. See what happens in case of employee referral. Informal communication among the managers can lead to the discovery that the best candidate for a job is already working in a different part of the organization. So employers commonly use employee referral programs in which it compensates current employees for recommending new hires. See, already I'm working in an organization, I refer someone, and if he is placed, so I'll be getting incentives for that, right? So usually after the new hires have completed a probationary period, when they have to complete their probationary period, then only I'll be getting the incentives. So although employee referral programs provide a way for employers to quickly fill open positions, this strategy may pose several disadvantages, students. So some of the disadvantages are like, advantage. First, we'll understand the advantages of these employee referrals. Then we'll understand the disadvantages. See, advantages could be like cost saving. Correct? Cost saving. Then time saving. Then reduced recruitment work. Then the quality. That means when the referral program is set up to reward employees who are qualified candidates, your existing staff is more likely to be selective about who they refer. Then the fifth advantage of employee referral could be morale. That means the referral benefit the company through the employment of skilled personnel. The new employees referred are usually scrutinized for eligibility by the referring employee. So then if he completes the probationary period, the rewards, there'll be a reward, there'll be incentives given to the person who has referred. So the system creates a friendly environment for the employee to work with other familiar employees. This results in very high productivity. So what we are discussing now, students, we are discussing now some of the advantages of employee referrals. So the last advantage of employee referral could be diversity of candidates. Okay. Now, can anyone tell me what are the disadvantages of employee referrals? Any one or two? One or two. So after understanding the advantages of employee referrals, what could be some of the disadvantages? Yes, anybody? What are some of the disadvantages of employee referrals?
Some of those bring their own family members.
Okay, so that means you say the poor recommendation, poor candidate recommendation who do not actually fit in that particular job, correct?
Jobs, sir.
Since because he's a relative of the existing employee or a friend of an existing employee, he wants them to be in the organization. Though his academic records are poor, his knowledge is poor, skill is poor, there are all possibility that he'll be entering the organization. Very good, very good. Next, any other disadvantage of this method, employee referral? Very good.
Hello,
One is, yeah, please tell me.
I would like to add a point, sir. If someone has referred the employee and he is a family member, it would be a biased feeling towards that referred person.
Correct. Okay, that means unpredictable speed factor, though you are getting immediately, so he might not be much knowledgeable to fill in that particular gap. Okay. So shall I explain now the disadvantage of employee referrals? See, the first one could be, as your friend mentioned, poor candidate recommendations can happen. right? So poor candidate referrals are a result of employees who recommend family and friends, correct? For a job without discrimination, particularly in instances where the company pays a cash bonus when employee recommended candidates are hired. So to encourage employees to recommend better candidates, some companies, what they do is they limit the number of employee recommendations and place criteria on how long a recommend employee must be employed within the company before they pay a referral bonus. Then the next disadvantage of employee referral could be the closed atmosphere. Like a company that hires too many referrals from one employee, particularly if the employee is referring friends, then runs the risk of creating a closed atmosphere, right? So employee referrals can lead to an inbred organization that lacks breadth of ideas, and it can foster a stick together attitude that masks underlying problems in organizational behavior. Then the other disadvantage, like additional risk, like company referral programs, if not effectively monitored, can result in accusations of unfair hiring policy and favoritism. So even an unsuccessful lawsuit can be expensive in terms of defense. So while there are no laws, LAW laws that prevent a company from using employee referral programs, hiring a friend or family member of one employee to do a job a current employee is qualified to do could result in this as accusations being pursued at higher levels. Then what happens is you are keep on referring your friends, relatives. So it is something like underrepresentation of protected groups. It's a small group which you are creating over there within an organization. It's a serious threat to any company for that sake, right? So employees typically recommend candidates from within their own social circles, which tend to be homogeneous. This means that company staff may overrepresent a particular gender or religion or race or sexual orientation. So although laws do not require a company to artificially diversify its employee population, homogeneity in the workplace may increase the risk of discrimination allegations from rejected applicants of underrepresented classes. So these are some of the pros and cons when it comes to employee referrals. So what we are studying now, students, we are understanding the various sources of internal recruitment. In that, the first method was circulars and the second one was employee referrals. Now we'll understand the third source of internal recruitment. Those are called that is called as promotion. See, promotion is a term which is very commonly used in every organization. When a person moves to a higher position because of his or her good performance, this movement from a lower to a higher level position is called promotion. Promoted, what we call promoted or promotion. See, promotion basically occurs when the internal employees are entitled to a higher post in the same organization and are selected for the same. So besides that, a company can also hire candidates externally for the vacancies available in the organization. See, promotion is advancement. Please understand, promotion is an advancement of an employee to a better job. See, better in terms of greater responsibility, more prestige or status, greater skill, and especially increased rate of pay or salary. And it can also be defined as promotion is the upward reassignment of an individual in an organization's hierarchy, accompanied by increased responsibilities, enhanced status, and usually with increased income, though not always so. Now, what are the advantages of promotion? The first one could be it rewards superior performance. That means it rewards the superior performance. If 10 people are working in a team, so you will identify the true performer and promote him to the next level, right? So what exactly you are doing as a HR manager? You are rewarding the superior performer in that particular team or in that particular organization. Then the second advantage of promotion could be it reduces the training cost. Then the third advantage could be it improves the morale of employees, right? Then the fourth advantage could be it promotes employees' growth in the organization. See, 5 years you are doing extremely good in the organization, but you are not been promoted to the next level. Your salary remains the same. So you only tell me who will be interested to work in the organization. So if there is a career growth, if there is a promotion available in the organization, then only I feel to continue in that particular organization, right? So the one of the advantage of promotion is it promotes employees' growth. Then it motivates others for career advancement. See, when 10 employees are working in the team, and if one is promoted because of his superior performance, other 9 will be what? They will be motivated that even I should be going to that particular level. So what happens? I start working seriously. I start working in a productive way so that the organization productivity also increases. Then it gives satisfaction to the existing employees. So these are some of the advantages of the promotion. Then what are the disadvantages of promotion? See, some of the serious disadvantage of promotions are like, see, promotion disappoints some employees. So as I mentioned to you, if 10 are working in a project, then if you promote one to the next layer, other 9 will be disappointed, right? So what do you call that? It is something like in each and every organization it happens. That is called professional jealousy will be there among each other. Professional jealousy we call. Right? So promotion disappoints some employees. So what we are understanding, students, now, we're understanding the disadvantages of promotion. The first disadvantage is it disappoints some employees. See, promotion obviously is not possible for all the employees working in the organization. Only a few are lucky and competent enough to get promoted to higher position. They may be promoted due to favoritism or because of their merit. But this biasness disappoints some employees when they see their colleagues having same qualification and experience getting promoted. Correct? So some employees even refuse the promotion also. There is the second disadvantage of this. See, generally employees accept the promotion, but there are certain cases in which they even say no to promotion. Why they say no to promotion? When employees are transferred to a new location. See, I am comfortable in Belgaum. I don't want to go to Bangalore or Goa or Delhi or other location. So what I say, I refuse. I refuse my promotion. I'll say my management that no, I'm comfortable here. So when employees are promoted to a position which requires a high level of competence that employee does not possess, or he will not be able to carry out the responsibilities associated with that particular position. Correct? So these are some of the serious advantages and disadvantages of promotion. Next, we will study intranet advertisements. So what do you mean by intranet? That means connectivity within the organization. We call it as intranet advertisements. See, one of the basic tools for the modern organization is that they must be able to adapt quickly to the ever-changing marketplace. Correct? That too, we all saw during this particular lockdown. Your entire semester, your entire second semester, we have taken the classes through online. So if someone who is not in a position to adapt for this particular teaching methodology or teaching learning methodology, they might have not survive, because the world is expecting the change. Remember, students, change is the only constant. See, understand, change is the only constant. So if you do not change, then probably you will be having a huge setback. Correct? So what is happening is every organization will be adapting quickly for the changing marketplace. So what we are studying now, the sources of internal recruitment, in that we are understanding intranet advertisement. Okay. So it is consequently not surprising that many forward-looking businesses are finding ways of using intranet-based systems to speed up their recruitment process. See, some of the ways in which internet advertising works are, one is advertising vacancies. See, organizations can advertise current vacancies in a job section of its intranet. And depending on the nature of the vacancy and the recruitment policy for the job, it may also make this available publicly on its internet website. Understood now? Within the organization is called intranet, and if it want to launch us globally. If public can see it, then it will be launching in its company's website, which is visible to everybody. Right? So traditional ways of advertising vacancies mean that sponsor must decide what information to provide to potential applicants and then spend time gathering and packaging this. Whereas intranet advertisements can provide links to relevant parts of the intranet that can give people interested in applying further information. So potential applicants can then use their own interest and initiative to help them decide what further information they need in order to decide whether they want to apply for the job. Okay, so that is one, the ways in which intranet advertising works. The second one could be providing search engines. See, search engines are now standard technology that can easily be installed within an intranet. This makes it easier for employees to find a particular type of job. See, for example, someone may be looking for a job within the marketing department based in another city, office, or branch. So they can ask a search engine to see if such vacancy currently exists. If it does not, then can find further information. But if not, they can register their interest in such a position with the system, right? So as soon as that city, office, or branch starts to look for a marketing person, an email is automatically sent to that employee, giving him full information about the vacancy. Correct? See, you are saving your time, your cost through these intranet advertisements. Then links to previous employers and educational establishments. See, checking the accuracy of a job applicant's claims regarding the previous work experience and educational achievements is a time-consuming and somewhat tedious activity that nevertheless must be done. So email connections to and from internet makes it possible to streamline this process considerably. So what we are discussing now, the sources of internal recruitment. So we understood the internal circulars, the employee referrals, the promotion, and intranet advertisements. The next one is appointment. See, when some decision is taken regarding selection of a candidate, it should be communicated to the successful candidate with the help of offer of employment before informing to those who are not successful. If the individual who is selected does not accept the offer, the most suitable candidate can be contacted for the job position. Then offer of employment can be made official with the help of letter of appointment. Please understand, letter of appointment. All the responsible officers and implementing officers must be indicated by the top management. The appointment letter should include clearly mentioned policies and process related to the appointment. Now, what are the benefits of appointment? See, different activities of the department can be fulfilled, right? So every employee will be motivated. Then various legal difficulties resulted from the misunderstanding of the employee and employers can be overcome. And then both the employer and the potential employee will be having a clear understanding about the terms of the offer. Then the relationship between the employee and the employer can be documented. So there are few problems also associated with the appointment. So what are they? Appointment is a very crucial task, correct? It needs a clear-cut match between the employee's skills, knowledge, value systems, attitude, aptitude to the description and the job specification. So the problems could be like employee expectations. See, employees' expectation from the job are the main source for the problems in placement. If the employee expects high salary, independent and challenging work, and the job offers low salary, dependent and routine work, the employee finds himself misfit to the job, right? So your expectation is 12 lakh, but the company is offering you 5 lakh. See, there is a lot of gap that exists between your expectation and the company's actual compensation. Then job expectation or description. See, sometimes the expectation from the employee are more from the employee's abilities or skills. Then the HR manager finds the mismatch between the job and the employee. Both the ways it can happen, students. So they will be having a good expectation from you, but your actual productivity might not be matching with their expectation also. Correct? So these are some of the advantages or the problems advantages, that is benefits of appointment, as well as problems associated with appointment. Clear, students? Next we'll understand transfer. See, transfer means what? The movement of an employee from one department to other, or it can be movement of an employee from one location to the other, or from one branch to another branch. Correct? So transfers may be given by the company or may be asked by the employees themselves, depending upon the situation. It is very common policy that is being followed by all the companies. See, sometimes the transfer takes place with no change in the pay scale or position, and sometimes it may prove out to be financially beneficial to the employee. So transfer is a change in job where the new job is substantially equal to the old in terms of pay, status, and responsibilities. Or we can say transfer is a lateral shift causing movement of individuals from one position to another, usually without involving any marked change in duties, responsibilities, skills needed, or compensation. Right? So what are the advantages and disadvantages of transfer? See, advantages of transfer includes when an employee is transferred from one department to another or is given responsibilities of different jobs, he is able to gain advanced knowledge and different skills that may prove to be beneficial for him. Correct? So transferring staff members or the employees is one of the best ways to improvise social interaction in an organization. It not only reduces the politics or the groupism between the employees, but also maintains a healthy coordination between the employees of different departments, of various departments. So transfer even helps the employees to overcome the tediousness of same job they're performing since long time. They're fully energized to take up a new work and duties, so they're able to acquire new skills which increase their chances of future promotion also. Correct? So disadvantages of transfer includes one of the major problems faced by the employees during a transfer is adaptability. See, what happens is I have seen such some employees. I am comfortable in this particular group, in this particular team, so I do not want to quit this team. I do not want to go to other team. So they'll be stubborn. They'll be completely not in a position to change. So adaptability will be zero. So when moved to a new job, an employee has to adjust himself as per the place and environment, which happened with you people also, right? When we had a section earlier, sir, I want to change the section. Sir, I want to go from section A to section B. That means adaptability will be less in the organization. Also, when you're working in the team, suddenly if your HR manager wants you to or if you transferred from one team to another team, depending on your performance, you should be in a position to adapt to the new team over there. So that is one of the disadvantage of transfer. Majority of them, they say, no, we do not want to go to that particular team. Okay. See, even transfer cause a lot of trouble, not only to the employee, but also his family members also. An employee may face the problem of housing, adjustment, education of children when transferred from one place to another place. Correct? When transfers are based on discrimination, it diminishes the morale of the employee, leading to reduced job contentment, loyalty and devotion, and he becomes very less productive. Please understand, students. Okay? Today's we will discuss job posting and then we will end the session. Okay? The last source of internal recruitment, students, today what we'll be discussing is job posting. See, job posting means what? It is an in-house method of recruitment in which notices of vacant jobs are posted at important places of the organization, such as employee lounges, cafeterias, elevators, and employees are provided with a large amount of time to apply for the available jobs. So a job posting system gives each employee an opportunity to move to a better job within the organization. Correct? So the most common method employers use to notify employees of openings is to post notices on bulletin boards in locations such as employee lounges, cafeterias, and near elevators. See, once a job is posted internally, the organization must allow a reasonable period of time for existing employees to check the notices of available jobs before it considers the external applicants. When employees' bids are turned down, they should have discussions with their supervisors or somehow in the human resource management area regarding the cases they need in order to improve their opportunities in the future. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of job posting, students? See, job posting system have many plus points. It enhances the probability that the firm's most qualified employees will be considered for the job. It enables employees to leave a bad work situation. In the same vein, it encourages their current supervisors to manage more effectively in order to discourage employees from jumping ship. And there are some disadvantages of job posting also. Like the position may remain open for an extended period because it takes a long time to fill an opening this way. Or some employees may hop from one job to another job without any clear direction. Hopping means what? Jumping from one job to another job. Right? So the system may prevent supervisors from hiring the individuals of their choice. So this circumstance can lead to the gamesmanship, that is supervisory intended to beat the system. Or employee whose bids are rejected may become alienated from the organization itself. Correct? So these are some of the sources of internal recruitment. Right, students? So what we have discussed today, we have discussed the meaning, the purpose, the advantages and disadvantages of hiring internally. Please understand, hiring within the organization, hiring within the existing employees or existing pool of candidates is called as hiring internally. See, advantages and disadvantages we have understood in terms of cost, time, quality, and suitability. Then each method is concerned, the sources of internal recruitment, source like circular, employee referral, promotion, intranet advertisement, appointment, transfer, and job posting. We understood the advantages and disadvantages of each type of source. So tomorrow or the next class is concerned, we will understand the policy guidelines and union settlements. So till here, any doubt is there, please feel free to ask students. Any query till here, if you have, please feel free to ask me.
Sir,
Yeah.
explain about intranet advertising.
Okay. So you want to know more about intranet advertisements?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Who is this, ma?
Vani Pudars.
Very good. See, intranet advertisement means, Vani, one modern business is concerned, we are worried about the time and the cost involved in hiring. So what happens is, intranet means within the organization, if there is a vacancy which has been created in a particular department, first thing what they do is they'll be sending a message to all the employees within the organization through intranet. So one of the basic things modern business is that they must be able to adapt quickly to the ever-changing marketplace. Correct? So it is consequently not surprising that many forward-looking business are finding ways of using intranet-based systems. There are two things what companies can do if they want candidates. One is going externally and another one is going internal hiring. See, this Intranet advertisement, the moment you are in other department. So if there is a vacancy, say human resource HR department. So you are in finance department. So you will be getting a common mail telling that in this particular department there is a vacancy which is available. So what will you do? So you will be referring your friends or relatives whom you know within your circle. Correct. So this will happen at a very faster pace, since more number of employees will be working in the organization. So immediately if there is a vacancy created in a particular department, the information will be reaching the needy at a very faster pace through intranet connectivity.
Oh, okay, sir. So it is same like employee referrals also.
Yes. But what happens here is I will be posting the requirement, the vacancy. If there is a vacancy in a particular department, I will be posting the JD, the job description, the job specification, and in which department the vacancy is there. So I'll be posting in to all the employees through internet connectivity. Then what happens if one is working in some department? So immediately she'll be coming to know that there is a vacancy in HR department or finance department or marketing department. So what will you do? So you will refer your friends, relatives who will be either outside the organization or within the organization. Or if someone is looking for a department change, so even it will be beneficial for them. So organizations, what they do is they advertise current vacancies in job section of its intranet. And depending on the nature of the vacancy and the recruitment policy for the job, it also makes this available publicly on this internet website. See, I will be showing you. Wait, 1 minute. Wait. First thing is what they'll do. They'll be posting in their company website through intranet. And if they're not getting suitable candidates, then they'll update in their company's website. All can see the screen, right? One, you can see the screen now. So what I'll type, I say Infosys. Okay. Infosys career page. See there? Infosys career page. So directly they have posted in internet only. So this is again an external recruitment. See what they are looking, graduates or experienced. The moment I click here, they're looking for exploring openings by location. Asia Pacific, China, Europe, Middle. Say for example, we come under what? We come under Asia Pacific. So I'll be directed to location based jobs which are available. Okay, like that, any company for that sake you take. So you can enter their career page. So this is one of the easiest way. Say for example, Tata Steel career page directly. What Tata Steel career, see? Now, Infosys is concerned. Welcome to Infosys Careers for Experienced Professionals. So you have to create through your LinkedIn ID a unique username and password. The moment you enter inside, it will give you, okay, say Bengaluru location, the JD and the JS will be mentioned over there. So you can apply it online itself. Similarly, Tata Steel career page. See current openings hosted on Naukri or apply for jobs or internship. Apply now. Directly I go. Now, first thing is they have already posted in their intranet, and now they're even putting in their company's website. That is making it public. So anyone who can see this particular ad, who actually feels that yes, my particular education credentials or my particular experience is matching with their requirement, I can apply it online. See here, location wise, it is asking me Tata Steel India, Tata Steel Europe, Tata Steel Southeast Asia. See, some of the MBA students, some of my MBA students, your seniors are concerned, they had applied to the companies which are located outside India also, and some of them got a very good offer also. So even that is possible. Clear? Any other query, students? Any other query you have, or shall I end the session? See, I want all of you to create your, LinkedIn IDs, and please have your IDs in Naukri, Monster, and all, and keep on updating your resume in that. Okay, that is very important. On a weekly basis, you have to just enter and see how many of them have viewed it. Okay, if no queries are there, I'll end today's session. Thank you so much for your patience listening to all of you.